How are you all doing? I'm doing pretty good. I figured I would do a different video today. As you can probably see from the title, I figured I would do a what I've been reading video. I've been reading a lot, as I think I mentioned in one of my prior videos, and I figured maybe you guys may be interested in some of the things I've been reading. I've been getting into thrillers. I really like horror novels. Horror novels are my absolute favorites, but I've been trying to branch out, broaden my horizons. So these are some of the things I've been reading in no particular order. So let's see. One of the things I've read is Stephen King's Revival. I really liked this book, especially the first half of it, I would say. I really liked the pace of it. I haven't read many Stephen King's. I think this may very well be the first one I have read. I think so. I really do like the way his character development. I think he develops characters very well. You feel like you get to understand the character very well. If you've read Stephen King, you're probably already well aware of this. But yeah, I really like this. I like the way he, what was his name? Jamie. He discussed Jamie and how he was growing up and his relationship with the Reverend, was it Charles? Jacobs, yeah. His relationship with him and how he was growing up, and then things that would happen to him as he got older, and then of course the two of them eventually meeting. I give this, I would say this 3.5, 4 stars. I thought this was really good. I really did enjoy it. I got this used, so if you're ever looking for a book, try to see if you can't find it used at like a thrift store or something. I think I got this for like $3 at Savers, so I do recommend this book. Like I said, I really like the way the character development. I feel like I really fell in love with the little boy Jamie. I thought he was great, and then also the Reverend, and then of course what happens to the Reverend is, you know, heartbreaking, and then you kind of see the changes that they go through, and it's heartbreaking in that way, but it was pretty good. The next one I read was kind of a creature type book. It's Meg by Stephen Alton. This is about, of course, the Megalodon, the prehistoric shark that's supposed to be like 10 times the size of a great white, right? What do they call it? The ancestor of the great white. This one was really good. I really liked it. It starts off with kind of the Megalodon during its time and its attack of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, as you can see on the front cover. So that was kind of cool. It's pretty addicting. I started into this one. I read this one pretty quickly. I thought overall it was pretty good. The characters were okay. They were nothing, I don't know, they were nothing to write home about. They were okay, but the story about the Megalodon, I thought that was interesting. I thought it was interesting how they brought it into modern time and that connection they made. Overall, it was fun. It was like reading it was like Deep Blue Sea, if you've seen that movie, or Jurassic Park. It was just kind of one of those fun reads. Let's see, what else have I read recently? I lost my books. Another one I recently finished is Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. I believe it's Gillian Flynn. I thought this was really good. I picked up her book originally, Gone Girl, because it got so many reviews, probably about 3 years ago or when it was really popular, and maybe it was before the movie was coming out. And I started reading it, and it was so god-awful boring that I couldn't finish it. I gave it to Lauren to try to finish reading, because I'm like, you read it, tell me if it's good and if I should read it. Since then, people have told me, like, oh, because I guess there are 3 parts. The first part is really, really boring, but parts 2 and 3 are really, really good. And then, of course, Lauren told me some of the things that happened, so I might eventually get to that. I did pick up a copy the other day. So I wanted to give this one a try. It's a small book, which makes me happy, because then I can finish it relatively quickly, and I feel accomplished. I feel like I've done a good job reading. I've read a novel. This one's a pretty good read. I went through this pretty quickly. I read this in about a week, which is like 256 pages. I thought I was going to read it, 252 pages. I thought to myself, I'm going to read this in 2 days. No, I'm a very slow reader. I read this in a bit under a week. It was really good. I like the way she writes, especially the first half of it. I really was interested in the story, what was going on, the character development, the way she wrote. It was just kind of just interesting. The story was just, the way she was writing was interesting. It kept you interested. The characters and how she was writing, it was kind of like real life, everyday kind of things you would think about and maybe say to somebody, but you wouldn't like say to somebody you don't know. Like, you have to feel comfortable saying things to them or to yourself. So I liked it. The last half of it's kind of sad. It kind of gets into the nitty-gritty of everyday kind of things that happen, especially unfortunately in this day and age, which I don't want to give away any spoilers in case you haven't read it, but I really like this book. And of course, if anybody wants any more in-depth or spoilers on any of those, just let me know. Let's see, what else have I read? I know I've read others. I think a lot of them are on my Kindle. I think those are the 3 I'll leave off for now. Right now, I decided to start Behind Closed Doors. Julie on YouTube, who does Living Large on Lifetime, I think her reading group is beginning Behind Closed Doors. So I started this one. I think I'm like 26 pages in. It's interesting. So far it's about this perfect couple, and you get the impression that she's kind of stuck in this relationship and he's kind of he's controlling, or something's going on, and he's kind of the bad guy, she's the victim. And at first it starts off with they're at a dinner party, and they're trying to, her husband, what's his name, Jack? What is his name? Jack, yeah. Grace and Jack. So Grace and Jack are entertaining, and Jack's trying to impress a new couple, and so it's very apparent that she also has to make an impression on these people. So it's kind of like this whole thing of, because there are like 3 or 4 couples, including Grace, and then the one they're trying to impress. And basically, well, that's interesting. Look at this. Reading group gold, reading group selection. Anyway. It just kind of goes off the first part about the other couple talking about how they're the perfect couple, and it kind of gets annoying because it's kind of like nobody really goes on that much about how one person or one couple is this perfect, and they're going on and on and on for like 25 pages. It's like, okay, come on now. This is ridiculous. But overall, it seems okay so far. I'll see how it goes. I don't know. It's okay so far. Some of the things I'm interested in reading, well, I'll do another video on that. I'm also reading Nosferatu by Joe Hill. I'm about 300 or 400 pages out of 1,000 into that, and that one's pretty good. It's 1,000 pages, and I'm thinking, geez, there's some there has to be some pages you could have chopped off, and I'm trying to think about, of the 300 I've read so far, if there's something that could have really been skimmed or could have been left out. It's like, do you really need that? And I feel like so far, like, you kind of do. Like, it seems like it's important, but I don't know yet. So those are some of the books I have read. I've read several others. I have several on my Kindle. If anybody's interested, let me know. If not, I will also do a video on my interesting list, because I have a stack of them that I am interested in reading, and then some that I'm also interested in getting soon. Oh yes, there's also one I wanted to try. Hold on a second, let me go find it. So the other one is one I wanted to talk about that's got me into the psychological thrillers or psychological suspense or whatever they call it, is Final Girls by Riley Sager. So basically what it's about is a girl, she was a college student, and her and her friends went on vacation in a cabin, and basically all of her friends were killed. And this isn't a spoiler or anything, it's on the back of the book. And basically then she becomes a part of this, what the media calls is a Final Girls. Basically the one who's left alive, basically like in the movies, the one person that's left alive at the end, the final girl. And there are 2 others, and she meets up with, she basically gets and tries to get in contact with them, or they try to get in contact with her, I should say, and kind of what goes on from there, and trying to kind of figure out kind of what happened in the past. I really, really liked this one. I found that at first it was a little bit slow, And then once it started, it got really interesting. When I first read the first couple pages, I didn't like it. I thought it was boring and slow. But then Lauren read it, and then after a little bit, I tried it, and I was like, okay, this is actually pretty dang good. I kept on getting really good reviews, so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll give it a try, and it actually really is really good. I really liked it. I would say I would give this a 4.5 out of 5. There's a couple of things I didn't like, but overall, I really did enjoy this. I know Riley Sager is coming out with a new one on the 3rd of July, which I'm excited to get. I seen one review on YouTube. I didn't watch all of it because I'm afraid of spoilers, but they said that they liked it better than this one, so I'm really, really excited. I can't wait. So I recommend giving this one a try. If you like horror, but you don't want to go into too much horror, this isn't like heavy-duty horror, but it's also good like psychological thriller type thing. All right, so until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.